Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Jedi Night's Watch. My name is Graham, and today we're going to be doing a video on Moducases versus Detolf cabinets. Now this video is going to be for those who are maybe having Detolfs right now and uncertain whether they should dabble their toes into the Moducase world, or if having Detolfs is the better option. This may be subjective and it may be based on your likes, your dislikes, and just the way you think and want to display your case. But I'm going to have some good points for both of these cabinets, and these are pretty popular cabinets, so that's why we're pinning them against each other. But before we get going, I want to invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that bell so you don't miss any new content coming your way. Also do a Monday night live stream called 6 Scale Symposium at 8:30 Central. It's a lot of fun. We talk about real Hot Toys topics, we look at figures, and it's just about community, which is what this whole channel is about. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is functionality. With Detolfs, they're going to come bare boned. They're not going to come with lights. They're not going to come dust proofed. Space can be a little bit limited, vertically and horizontally. With Moducases, you're kind of getting everything in one. You don't have to go out and buy things and do it yourself. You're kind of just paying the extra money and you're getting everything you need. You're getting the lighting, the dust proofing. It's going to have airtight seals. It's going to be made especially for 6 scale figures. For the most part, both are easy to put together, although Moducase really does lack directions. However, I have made videos that you can catch that talk about how to assemble Moducases, how to join them, how to install the lighting. And that's another thing about functionality is these guys in the Moducases behind me, they join really easy, they're really stable, and you don't have to worry about them toppling over. Whereas Detolfs, especially when you get a lot of them together, they can kind of, want to topple forward, or they're not all connected. Whereas this is one big unit and it is extremely sturdy. The other thing you don't have to worry about is weight limits. I mean, there are going to be weight limits. You can't put like 1,000 pounds on this, but it's not like Detolfs where you really have to worry about, I think it's like a 12 or 13 pound weight limit. So like statues or anything like that, or just piling up the figures could just break the shelves and they could topple all down. So with this, it's going to be built sturdier. It's going to be steel frames and you don't have to worry about the weight limits. The next thing I want to talk about is space utilization, and this one is a big one. So this is the reason kind of why I went from Detolfs to Moducases, and it's because I needed to utilize space. A lot of us collectors don't have a ton of space that we can utilize, so we have to kind of cram everything into a small space, and with Moducase, you're able to utilize the space a lot better. I had 5 Detolfs before, and this case behind me fits in that same footprint, but I can fit a ton more figures in the Moducases, and it has these nice wide viewing fronts that you can easily see all the figures, whereas Detolfs are going to be very narrow. If you put more than 2 figures into a cube, it really takes away from the figures. I think Detolfs look the best when you have 1 to 2 figures in there because it really focuses on that one figure, and that's one thing I do like about Detolfs. Also, Moducases are going to be taller, so you can fit the bigger figures like the Thanos, the Hulks in there. Even my quarter scale turtles can fit into these 6 series Moducases, whereas Detolfs, it's so tight that you're really limited on how you can utilize the space. And again, I think that's one of the biggest pros for Moducase itself. The next thing we talk about is price, and this one easily probably goes to Detolfs, although if you buy the Detolf, you buy all the lighting, the brackets, the weather stripping, I mean, it's still going to cost you probably, I don't know, $130 to $140 per cabinet. Of course, that's still like a quarter or half as much as a Moducase would cost for that same space. But I'll say, good luck finding a cabinet that's this size, this big, for a lot less money. I mean, they're all going to be relatively expensive. Could Moducase's prices be a little high? Sure, but you also got to look at what you're getting. These are tailored especially for 6 scale figures. You're getting that velvet liner on the inside. You're getting the magnetic panels on the front with the huge viewing windows. They just look really high end. With Detolfs, they're going to be cheaper. I think they did raise the price to $70 now for IKEA, and they can be hard to find as well, and not everybody has an IKEA within driving distance, so that is another issue for Detolfs. But yes, Detolfs are cheap, but they don't really look it. They do look higher end than what you're paying for, and that is, I think, one of the biggest factors that Detolfs appeal to a lot of people is they really look nice and they're cheap. So for this one, obviously, Detolfs are going to be a heck of a lot cheaper. So now we're getting to the part of the video where I want to talk about what I like and dislike about both the Detolf cabinets and the Moducases. Starting with what I like with the Moducases, the first thing would be the space utilization. I love the fact that this is the same footprint as the Detolfs that I had, but you don't have all these vertical walls, you know, kind of limiting how many figures you can put in. You have this wide open space that you can make a huge scene of all your characters together and kind of do whatever you want. If you want to keep it kind of like a Detolf where you have it spaced out so you can focus on individual figures, you can do that. But if you have a lot of figures like me, you can put a bunch in there and try to make a whole big scene, and it looks really, really cool. I also really like the large viewing windows. I love the magnetic panels on the front. It doesn't close things off. You have this whole just wide front that you can kind of look in, and it just looks really, really cool. They have this really high-end look. I love the functionality of that front panel that I was talking about. They come with everything you need, as well as a lot of accessories that you can add. They're very sturdy, and you're going to get that airtight seal, so you don't have to worry about dust getting through. Now, for what I like about the Detolfs, I love that they look nice for the price that you're paying. I love that they're all glass and they're transparent because you can see through to the bottom shelf a lot better. Like if you're looking down at that angle, you can still view your figures from that angle. Also, I really love how figures look in Detolfs when, well, they're lighted correctly, but also when you have 1 to 2 figures. I think it just really focuses on the detail of that figure, and I think it looks really cool. Obviously for me though, I just was collecting too many figures and I wasn't able to have that look anymore, so I had to go to the Moducases. Now for some things that I don't like about the Moducase, the first thing would be the wait time. It is a killer. It's like waiting for a Hot Toys figure, except you're waiting for this huge display. So if you are thinking about getting a Moducase, I would suggest ordering it before you need it because you're going to be waiting 12 to 14 months with all the delays that are going on. Also, it's hard to see the bottom shelves when you're in front of the Moducase themselves because it's not like Detolfs where they're transparent, you kind of see through. They have the velvet bottom, so you have a hard time viewing the bottom shelf unless you're on the other side of the room. Also, because these are plexiglass, the fronts you got to be really careful because they can scratch easy. With Detolfs, they are glass, so that's not something that you really have to worry about. And now for the things that I don't like about the Detolfs. The first would be space utilization. Well, yes, they look great with just one to two figures in there. They don't utilize the space very well because you have just so many gaps in between the cabinets that you can't utilize, so they just take up so much extra space. You do have to add the lighting and the dust proofing yourself, and even if you add the weather stripping to dust proof it, there still is a gap because these things just aren't airtight. You do have the weight limits. You got to be careful that you don't shatter the glass and ruin your figures. And they're just not nearly as customizable as Moducases. With Moducases, you can order literally to the size that you need. You can customize it yourself to fit in the space that you want, and you can do whatever you want, vertical or horizontal cubes. There's really no end to the possibilities. So at the end of the day, the decision on Moducases versus Detolfs really just depends on your opinion and what you want to do with your collection. I can't tell you one is better than the other. I can just give you my opinion on things that I like and dislike about them both. I do love Detolfs for specific reasons, especially if you can get 1 to 2 figures per cube and just kind of have a clean, elegant look with the bright lighting. I love that. But for my display, I needed the Moducases. They're just more functional. They utilize the space better. And I think they just look a tad bit more high end. But the good news is there's no wrong way to go. Just go with whatever fits your budget and your collection. Hopefully this helped you guys maybe decide on, maybe you didn't even have Detolfs and you just had shelves. Maybe it helps you decide on getting Detolfs, or it helps you decide, hey, I want to get Moducases. I I want to go all out and make sure that I have the best display possibly for my Hot Toys. Maybe it just solidified where you're at now is good enough, and that is totally fine. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you don't miss any new content coming your way. And until next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.